Hello, this is Jon Miller, the creator of The Rest of Everest. I think I can safely say that this show is, without a doubt, the most in-depth look into the entire experience of what it takes to climb Everest, as well as some other peaks throughout the Himalayas. But all of the events in this series are shown in chronological order, so if you're new to the show, please go all the way back to episode 000 and watch everything in order. That's truly the best way to enjoy it. Thanks.
This is the Rest of Everest video podcast, an almost unabridged expedition experience. Episode 190, 5 Dudes in a Tent.
Hey you.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to The Rest of Everest. I'm Jon Miller, joined as always on the Season 6 K2 and Broad Peak expedition with Brian Block up in Estes Park. How you doing, Brian?
Great.
Awesome. So, let's see. So last week we got a nice workshop on some of the ascending and descending techniques that the climbers are going to be using higher up in the mountain. Because again, this is a commercial expedition. Brian and a number of other guys are actually in charge of these clients. But that's all in the past now. So we've kind of done the shakedown, know what everyone knows. Now it's time to really start making forward progress. So this week we're going to head up and actually establish Camp 1 on Broad Peak. So let's get up there. So here we go.
Carry to camp one day. Yeehaw!
What's that?
Carry to camp one day. It's a good word, Rob.
So is this maybe the next day or a couple days later?
Yeah, I think it's like we had some weather for about 2-3 days. We all got stuck down at base camp sitting in tents. So we were excited to be out.
Definitely see some more snowfall.
How you feeling? New York.
My God, man, you're a machine.
Nah. Let's try not to go too hard to get winded, you know?
Being strong for the cameras.
Yeah, coming hot.
I do this every day.
I especially like the open chest there. You just need some gold
Like I'm a
chains.
gold medallion.
Yeah, that's right. The Italian mafia climbing with us today.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're at Camp 1. Kind of a day outside, and you know, if we'd have known it was going to develop into what it is right now, probably would have stayed. Excuse me. But just rolled in. Fixed lines are pretty good. You know, I had to dig out a few. Made it a little more interesting, for sure, as I, unclipped and kind of sewed through some of the stuff, but not too terribly technical terrain for the lower section. I actually just used a trekking pole rather than an ice axe, just because it had the whippet sharp end on it, so could self-rest if I needed to. But yeah, glad to be up here. It's nice and warm in the tent comparatively. It's blowing. You can probably hear it snowing outside. Rob just rolled in. He's about to join me. Brought up a Marmot Thor 2-person and 3 gas canisters and a snow picket, so trying to help move stuff up to get the team moving higher. Yeah, and so tomorrow, if everything goes according to plan, a group of 3 or 4 is going to come up and camp at this camp, and then head from here to Camp 2 in the morning if they feel good, fix some lines, and then we'll do the following the next day, provided the weather's good. So, all provided the weather is good, inshallah. How's it going out there, Rob?
Good, coming in.
Well, come on in.
You keep periodically saying
Somebody to talk to
inshallah.
here. I'm just talking to myself on the camera.
What does that mean
I'm
exactly?
just talking to myself on the camera. You got to come in here.
Inshallah is if Allah or God
They
wills
say
it
it's
to
a
be,
sign of,
which is what everybody says about everything over there.
Everything, yep.
But I don't know if that counts if you're talking to a camera, because it's not really just like for the sake of talking to yourself. Here he comes.
This vegetable thing going.
Just duck under it. Yep, there you go. There you go. Come on in.
Fix that pole up before we go down to.
You can't fix that pole up. Yeah, we need the 3-person pole. This is a Thor 3, and it's a 2-person vestibule pole. That's the one they were talking about.
After all the preparation, we still ended up with that one little glitch, which ended up working out, but
It's kind of shite outside, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so we're here. What'd you think of the climb to Camp 1?
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
Styled it.
How were the steps? Good?
Amazing.
Yeah.
This dude is awesome.
Felt like a lot of work there for a while, but you know, it's just like you couldn't tell if it was going to post hole through or
Yeah.
be decent or be a sidestep thing that you could actually get all the traction. Just kind of sucked balls. But yeah, glad to be here. This is super warm right now.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I think as soon as those guys get up here, then I'm going to start rapping.
Yeah. You gonna start roughing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going pretty soon too.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'll chuck another layer on and then.
Yeah, that rock came down pretty quick at me. Did you guys see it even? Or was it too far over for you?
You knocked one down on the other guys.
When I knocked one down?
Yeah.
The one I called rock on?
Oh, you knocked one down there. The one went down there before, and then when we were at that rock, that
The big
swung,
rock? Yeah.
where most of us were behind there.
Yeah.
So and then,
No, that one that I was calling rock because it came down from above.
Oh right.
It came at me. That was the only
Yeah.
rock I saw the whole time. Another one came down too.
Yeah.
Because I think those fixed
One
lines
came
were like kind of integrated into the rock there, and so if you were pulling on it, it was loosening
Yeah.
shit up.
Shit.
Yeah. So not ideal. Oh well, we're here. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Is this a 3-person tent? Is it?
I think it is supposed to be.
It's fun, isn't it? Brian, Ed, and Ben are currently at Camp 1.
Mike's here too.
Mike's
Fixing
here.
the tent, and Mike just arrived. All in good time. It's been kind of shitty weather, so I'm reckoning that we'll be heading down after a bit of food and drink. But we're all good and well up here. Over.
Alright, strong work, guys. Alright, so I'll leave my radio on standby and talk to you guys soon, over.
I'll let him know what we're doing with the poles.
Just a quick one, Chris. We're fixing the tent with the poles, but we need another vestibule pole for the 3-man tent up here.
It may be in with another 2-man that's here. We don't know without setting
It
them all
might
up.
be up here somewhere, but we don't know. The other thing is we were looking at the route and we just wanted clarification on where you wanted us to put the snow bars in. Over.
Okay, don't worry about the snowballs, just leave them in Camp 1.
They're here?
I'll deal with that tomorrow. You guys should probably get down off the mountain as soon as you can, over.
Can you just ask him if he's worried about the snow?
You mean the Avalanche?
Yeah. I mean, we can fix those acres.
No, he's not. He can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, fair enough.
See if they got a new weather forecast for tomorrow too. Jerry wants to know.
Okay, Chris, do you have a weather forecast for tomorrow by any chance? Jerry wants to know. Over.
Negative, over.
Okay.
Okay, that's about all for now. Over now. See you in an hour or two. See ya. Bye.
Okay, copy that. Just check in at 12 and I'll be standing by, over.
Over now from Camp 1. See ya.
Nice work.
Woohoo!
Strong work, gentlemen.
It's all in the wrists.
I don't even know what that means, but way to go.
Just one of those things that you do. It's all in the wrists.
Nice work, Benny.
You're right, mate.
Mikey Mike?
Remember what elevation Camp 1 is at?
No, I don't. It's probably like 18,500 or 19,000 feet. I guess if we went in slow-mo, we could probably see on Rob's watch.
Yeah.
Well, or you could, or according to Rob, you could just say 20,000 feet.
At any given point.
Oh yeah.
You know that.
I know that.
Yeah, we may actually be up
And
over the
actually, I kinda
20,000
feel
foot
like
mark
we should maybe
because
do something about it, because otherwise.
Right now.
Oh well, I mean, this whole like left back corner, the right back corner is. Well, we can come out and help, dude. But come in and have some water and food. We can do it before we jet.
So you guys never had any intention of staying there. This was just to set up the tent,
Yeah.
put some gear up there, and then go back down.
Yep, stretch the legs, put in 3 tents, carry up a couple more tents and fuel canisters, just kind of start migrating thing up the mountains so that, and we brought some personal gear as well, goo packets, all that kind of stuff that would live in the tent until we came up. Just anything you can carry up any given time, especially when you're making laps up
Well, you
and down
gotta
the
come in
mountain.
because I got the video running. You're supposed to come in
Just
and say
kind of
something smart.
freeze you up on what you have to carry on the next round.
All right.
I appreciate your efforts out there.
Everyone's like, do you always look like this when you climb mountain?
Yeah. Hola.
Hola.
Nice work, Benny.
Buenas tardes.
Tents in here, my friend.
Oh,
And just to make you feel better, I brought 3 fuel canisters as well.
oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
So I knew someone who'd back us up.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yo. Sorry, oh, yeah. That wasn't a thrown tent at 5,800 meters.
What are you talking about?
It reminds me of the time that I threw a client's boots in the river.
You actually did?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, freaked him out.
Yeah, I bet.
That's all right.
Yeah, send her on back here. I can throw it behind me.
Sometimes you got to show what not to do.
Tough love.
Tough love. A whooping.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Strong stuff.
Yeah, that was good, eh?
Yeah, felt good, especially in shit conditions, you know. I think I'd rather have it be a little overcast like that than like super sunny, just
yeah.
cooking you. And just so you know, I didn't kick any of the rocks loose. He said another one came down. Those the way the fixed lines were sitting. One, I pulled one down on me. That was the first one that came down that I was yelling at you guys about.
Yeah, I heard that. I know you didn't.
It was coming at me. I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, no, I just heard you yell out rocks. I'm like, ah, Brian said rock.
And then I stood there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right, Mike, we're waiting on you to be in the video footage.
I'm one crampon away.
All right. 5 dudes in a tent. Doesn't look like it's gonna get unbent. I say 5 dudes in a tent.
Any chance I could?
This
And
is
it is
where
bent.
Yeah, if you want.
well,
I
this is
just
where the term camp came from.
come on over. Just Mike's getting need some room. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that on camera?
So what happened there? I couldn't figure
Oh,
out
I'm sorry.
how was edited.
Well, put it in the sleeve and he put it right here and it just
right
fell right on my thigh.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dude.
He went to put a fuel canister into one of the sleeves of the tent for storage purposes, and instead dropped it right on my crotch,
Okay, nice.
which was incredibly hilarious for everyone but me, really. So.
Yeah.
I'm not on it. I mean, personally, sitting on it.
You're sitting on
Oh, the cord.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like 80 feet of cord.
Yeah.
Try now.
Gently. Rich
Gently.
said he likes them long.
himself, he says.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone watching, this is a wide angle
John, come on.
lens, so it's not actually quite as spacious as it looks.
No, it's not. It is crammed in.
I think we're going to have to spoon.
Oh, there's Mike. Yep. Yeah, knock your boots off before you come in.
Yeah.
It was actually nice in there when you had 5 guys, and
Nice
it was not very nice outside. The weather had turned on us about,
Yep.
I think I was about 2/3 of the way to Camp 1 and just decided to finish it out. And, there was some talk of depositing some stuff a little bit lower at the first lookout, but yeah, it was full on.
One of these shots. It's sort of,
Like the high one?
yeah, a bit of a...
I don't know what I'm getting. Just Mike's butt.
Hello, boys.
And how long did it take
Mike.
to go from base camp up to Camp 1?
Chapati time.
I made it in about 3.5 hours, just 3 hours 30, something like that, I think. Which was pretty good for a first day, first run.
All yours.
Everybody else was in, shortly after or whatnot, but
Peanut butter, jam, chapatis.
moving up is always good.
Oh yeah, that's good. I didn't even bring my goose up. I should have. I got some cliff flocks, so I'm gonna devour here in a sec.
I've got a 3-hour limit on my body.
Oh yeah, make sure you eat. That's good. I mean, it's good that you eat consistently. It's like you said. I mean, in like all the ultra running stuff I've done, everybody eats like every 10, 20 minutes. They're just eating something, and I'm like, God, it's like you have to train your body to do it, and your mind to remind yourself to do it.
Everybody wants that little lovely peanut butter and jam chapati.
No, I think I'll pass.
You go for what?
I'm gonna
I
power.
like the same, mate.
Huh?
already. I'm devouring the same.
Live from Camp 1, The Rappel.
The Rappel. Brought to you by the Piranha.
We'd like to thank the good people of Pezzo, Suavo, Tequila and Marlboro.
Here comes a rock on your own. Here it comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna stop.
I don't know. Might need some sponsorship dollars for this episode.
Yeah, this is pretty
Tequila and Marlboro. that's Ed's stuff.
Maybe just take the line that you're going to take.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was the biggest, most precarious part of this climb up to Camp 1 is there's just a lot of loose rock.
Yeah.
A lot of loose
Yeah,
rock.
it's all right here.
Wow.
Some of it was kind of integrated into where we put the fixed lines. So, you know, as you move through it, it didn't seem like a big deal. But as you got below it, you shifted or you were pulling the fixed line towards you as you were moving up, it cut a lot of
Just
stuff
be ginger.
loose.
I'll call rock if you knock anything else loose from up here. Yeah.
This gives you a little bit of an idea of how steep the terrain is between base camp and Camp 1.
Yeah, it's just straight up. Wow.
And you can see base camp directly below us. I think it ended up taking us about 45 minutes to get down to the bottom, you know, the fixed lines, and then a quick hike across back to camp. But, you know, when you're in a team like this where we had 5 guys moving on the fixed lines and, you know, you can't really get on a rappel like that while somebody else is fixed, at least not not in the way that I feel comfortable. You know, so I'd rather just move quickly, and that's why I usually like to go first on the fixed lines too, is I'll just get on, get up, and get clear so that we don't have more than one person that, you know, if something were to break loose or have a bit of slide or get hit by a rock, you know, if you have to actually weight that anchor, you don't want to be, you know, having 2-3 people pulling on it. And I think I talked in one of the other episodes about a check team on K2 that would have 4 to 5 guys on one anchor all leaning back and yarding on it. Makes me nervous. Now there's base camp.
What are we up to today there, Mike?
Hey,
What are we up to?
I thought we'd tickle the mountain a little bit with a Camp 1 sleepover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes Rob.
We got the pots, the pans, we got the soup.
So we see this area a lot. So this is
Wave to the camera, Rob.
this is a staging area where you put your crampons on.
Yeah, this is like the advanced base camp, essentially. We didn't have a tent or anything here other than what we would deposit there from maybe a hike over on a bad weather day where we just wanted to get out.
So we're headed up to Camp 1 for a first night sleepover, and then up to Camp 2, maybe carry a load, and then come back and sleep at 1 again, and then come back down. So, you know, we saw a little avalanche come down this morning, but I believe it all calved off up in this left side. I really hope. Hope not to come around to the fixed lines and find the debris. So we're shooting for that. Anyway, I'll try and shoot some video as I go up the lines as well and show you what the route looks like. Part of the route to Camp 1.
Steep.
Yeah.
Just go straight up.
It's, you really, it's hard to get that gives you a little more idea of what it looks like. Yeah.
Wave, Chris.
It was fun though. By the time you got kind of used to it, it's just like driving in heavy traffic or anything else. You kind of just get used to the situation. And there was a lot of, you can see kind of pocked out Avi debris.
Big bastard.
And so we would use that actually as, you know, places of traction, and it actually took some of the work out of the climbing up. But for the most part, I just climbed through, I think, everything on Broad Teak with a whippet, just because I didn't feel like it was so technical.
And explain the whippet. These are some photos.
Whippet's it's a trekking pole. You caught just a glimpse of it there, but it's got BD. It's a BD product, and they actually have essentially the front part of an ice axe on it. There's no adds or back to it, but you can really get some purchase with it, and even sink it into ice if need be. That's just great for self-arrest too.
That's fine. You don't have to work for me for anything.
Much clearer view of the camp with all the different tents set up now.
Yeah, it was a really beautiful camp, and it got a little congested towards the middle of the expedition as other teams joined and put tents in. But As is usually the case, we started like cycling through with them and pulling tents from there and moving them up. So there was emergency tent here because by the time we got going, we would go from base camp to camp 2 straight away.
So, camp 1 for the first night. Made okay time, I guess. Yeah?
Yeah.
About 4 hours? 3 hours?
Yeah.
That's alright.
I think it's pretty darn good. A little over 3 hours.
Well, I probably won't ever have to carry that much again.
Famous last words.
Till the next time. Yeah.
Exactly. It was amazing what we could kind of move some rock around and create these tent platforms.
Who's that?
The Bascos.
Oh, yeah. So they should be flying past us. If they weren't, I'd be a little disappointed.
And they had quite many packs as well.
Yeah.
So there's not enough traffic on
What say you, Mike?
on
Hey,
Broad
hey.
Peak to already have platforms
There's
established.
Captain Goldchains down there.
Well, there's a lot of traffic, but the area, depending on each season, snow or rock fall, or how much heat they get and how much breaks loose and cuts away. The platforms are there, but they are precarious at best. I mean, they're nothing like on K2. Those are, other than Camp 3 or the shoulder, it's a lot more intense on K2 than anywhere else I've ever been.
K2 in the background. Blam! It's the Marmot platform, babies.
How far back's Ben? Ben's about 15, 20 minutes back. Oh, really? Yeah.
So, many times people, they ask me some simple questions about like, where do you get your water and how do you eat and all that kind of stuff up there. So Rob actually, as you can see, has collected a nice big bag of snow that we'll use, the reactor, the 500-pound bag of snow, from just over here, hopefully that no one has peed in and, whatnot, or spat in.
There's no yellow bits,
No, don't eat yellow
Aussie
snow.
pole.
And so he's actually going to use that reactor stove there of his. And some fuel canisters that we carried up, and we'll melt the snow into water and boil it up so that we know it's cured of any of the bacteria that might be in it anyway. But also that's what we'll boil water, put into our freeze-dried meals, cup of soup, Lipton noodle soup, all that kind of stuff. So we're just getting moved into the tent right now. Ooh, we brought the down booties.
Oh
yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. So then we got Ben down here. He's just one tent away.
We got bending down here. Backing straight onto these guys, so when they've finished with melting their water, they can pass it to me and I can drink it straight away. It's much more efficient for me, and that's all it's about, really.
That's what we call that is wishful thinking.
The crucial thing is that Ben has to bend down for us.
Bow down, Ben. Bow down. So Chris is making his way up the fixed lines there to Camp 2. Taking Fabrizio some pins. So, taking some pins up to Fabrizio, going to help them get set up with Camp 2. Tomorrow we'll probably drag up the other tent that we've got, because we probably don't need to set another one up here. We're not going to spend that much time here, so, but it's starting to snow a little bit, but still feels pretty warm.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah. What's the good word there, Ben? What do you say?
It's lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah. Beautiful temperature. You couldn't ask for anything better. No wind.
Good people?
Bunch of snow.
Yeah.
Good bunch of dudes up here. We've got the old South African dad that makes dinner for us when we request it. Yep. He's cooking. What's for dinner tonight, Mike? No, he's actually busy chopping, so he probably can't hear us. Mike, what's for dinner tonight?
Dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a choice.
I believe noodles, or noodles are our 3 choices.
Right on.
3 choices of noodles.
I'll have the middle noodles.
Sweet soup, chicken noodle soup.
All high-calorie food up high.
Yeah, load the calories. We just enjoyed some nice cheese that Rob brought up, so that was good.
We did, and in fact, we're going to be enjoying lots of Rob's food that he brought.
Again, that's wishful thinking.
Again, Rob, he's very good at lifting heavy stuff. Not the brightest bloke, but geez, he can lift heavy stuff.
He did bring
So
a
I'll
lot
shoot you
of
some more
food.
video from inside the tent when we start the cooking a little bit later. Just kind of trying to hang out, do some acclimatizing, drink some water, eat our snack foods, see what the weather does. Nice to be outside the tent for a while if you can, because we'll spend plenty of time in it.
Snuggling up.
Snuggling up. Chopper, very low, well below us. Not very often you get to stand above a chopper by a couple hundred meters.
You guys very strong. Very quick. So choppers. Couple of choppers.
What the hell?
Landing at base camp?
Well, it looks like they're circling it, yeah. They are buzzing it.
You don't very
hell
often
of a
just
training
randomly see a chopper up in the Karakoram. So to have one flying around and buzzing our base camp, specifically our base camp, because we weren't really paired up with anybody else where we were, was kind of interesting, to say the least.
Did you ever find out what was going on?
No, nobody ever communicated anything to us.
And then
Oh, yeah.
did they land?
Lucky you.
They kind of just bounced down, but didn't actually put it on the ground and just hovered around and tried to blow some of our tents away, I think. And then,
Base camp 2 for BTO. Nobody knows down here what's going on. Just hooked it up with pressure cruise over.
Get a cup there, Benny? No, I just got water. Bought water.
It's clear all the way to K2. It's kind of weird. Never seen them really pleasure cruising. The only thing is, I wonder if they went to go try and get someone and then got a bit scared, thinking it was going to take at least half hour. And then the south below Concordia was going to shut down because it's shut down from here.
Yeah.
As far as I can see. Yeah, copy that. Not sure, but they were definitely a little over base. Yeah, I'm still looking at them. They're still flying away. Kind of crazy. Oh well.
We're looking for somebody.
On the mountain are pretty darn good right now. Tell you that much. Stand by.
Well, shoot Stalin. Shoot Stalin. Shoot Stalin, boss.
See that?
Yeah, a big avalanche kicking off over there. Wasn't a real big one in the
That's
scope
just a
of
little
things
guy.
that we've seen. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's just a little one.
Depends on what could fall.
Yeah, that area, that's...
If one of those big seracs went, yeah, sure.
That ice fall always fucking that's insane.
Was that kind of a
There's a lot more
constant
interesting when you're
occurrence?
standing under it at base camp, though, I'll say.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, everything around K2 and the ridge of Broad Peak and that whole section and pretty much everywhere around just kind of depended. If we got a couple of days of snow, then it would turn into big
Let's say, how'd you
abbeys
sleep, Mike?
next day.
Good?
Speaking of snow,
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Rob?
Awesomely.
Yeah?
Got about 5 inches
Good.
that night.
Like a champ,
Yeah, baby.
like a prize fighter. Goggle.
Ben?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that.
Gave it up.
Gave it up after about 3 hours, yeah.
What did we get, about 5 inches of snow?
Okay, run for your lives. Save yourselves.
We're making the blitz out of Camp 1. Dug the tents out. Everybody's sealed them all up. Everything, yeah? All vents, all corners, all. I'm not going to film every one. All vents, outside, inside. Yeah, do it up. All right, and now we get to go in a gate.
Downtown.
Downtown, yeah. We out. Quite cold. Here we're caching our gear at the base of the route, so we don't have to carry crampons, helmets, axes, harnesses, that kind of stuff over. And there's the whippet.
There's the whippet in action.
there you go.
Grim Weeper.
Yeah.
He cries a lot.
Huh?
He cries a lot. He's a Grim Weeper.
It's the weapon of the Grim Reaper, isn't it?
Oh, Reaper, yeah.
Oh,
The
it's a
scythe, yeah.
Miniature.
Miniature scythe. So, we just shot down from Camp 1 real quick. We were hoping to go to Camp 2 today.
Look satisfied.
But we got about 5 inches of snow last night. So that area up above us is a bit abbey prone. We're just waiting for Mike right now to get down so we can get out.
No man left behind.
I wasn't anxious about sitting at base or Camp 1 again for, not that Rob isn't entertaining and brings good food, but sitting in a tent all day is hard work, eh?
Fuck that.
Yeah, no thanks. Rather, if I'm going to sit in a tent all day, it'll be the Pleasure Palace down here at base camp, and I'll watch movies and read books. So we busted down in just under an hour, and just waiting for Mike. We want to make sure he gets down here okay. That's all for now.
Yeah, we actually saw a couple of slides come down through our path and right behind us. So we were glad to be down in that kind of protected area for sure.
Yeah, and we get some close-up footage of you guys getting hit with an avalanche in an upcoming episode. Spoiler alert. But yeah, awesome. So now, we're really into it now. You guys are setting up camp, so I guess you have up to Camp 2 established by this point.
Yep, and starting the big line up to Camp 3.
Yeah. So and also, while we don't have any footage of it, the rest of the team has arrived, and so you have quite a large team, and there's a number of people at your base camp now, and we'll see more footage of base camp next episode, and there's actually also a helicopter landing. A Russian Mi-17 lands to whisk someone away. So we'll discuss the reasons behind that next week. It wasn't Brian. And we'll see some pretty dramatic footage next week. So thanks a lot, Brian. Really appreciate your time.
Always great. Thanks, John.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye. The Rest of Everest has been watched millions and millions of times all over the world since 2006, and it's all been free, but it's not free for me. If you're a fan, then let me know. You can like The Rest of Everest on Facebook, write a review on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube, or even help me pay the bills with a financial donation. It doesn't take much, and quite literally, your donations make this show possible. They honestly pay for everything. You can make a one-time donation or set up a monthly contribution through my website. Help me out, and I'll give you a download of our film Everest: The Other Side, as well as some other goodies. Thanks as always to our announcer Marlon May from marlonmay.com, and to Wendy Wu for providing the show's theme song. Find her on iTunes or at wendywoo.com.
Thank you for watching The Rest of Everest. For more information about the show and upcoming expeditions, be sure to visit therestofeverest.com.